Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to another Sacred Pause meditation. I'm out and about this afternoon as I record this. So, for any of you that know Lancashire, I'm in Cuden Valley Country Park. And hopefully, late in the afternoon, it's going to be quiet. So, I apologise if, for whatever reason, it's not at any time. So please, in your own way, open sacred space. Please just center into your heart, into your belly, into yourself, and just be. Just take a moment to allow yourself to relax fully, being kind to yourself. So today's meditation is all about creating space so that the divine, the esoteric realms can speak to you and be heard, be understood and be comprehended. And just as a garden sometimes gets choked up with weeds, just as a tree has ivy growing up it sometimes that needs to be taken down or reduced, sometimes we need to declutter our lives, bringing in more peace, more quiet, less of the busyness that distracts us from our natural, true, spiritual oneness. So just take a moment or two to think about how you can look at your life and how you can change at making life more quiet, more peaceful, more serene. Without quiet in our lives, we never find the time to reflect. And as I sit here by the pond, the beautiful sky and the beautiful plants surrounding the pond are reflected clearly in the water. If the water were not still and calm, there would be no reflection. And life is often like that. If we don't create stillness and calm, we can't reflect. We just end up where every day is usually the same old, same old. We get stuck in the loop of telling ourselves the same old story day in, day out. And we never allow something new to enter. Sometimes we miss the signals when someone wants to give us something or offer us something, even if it's just a meal or a handshake or an acknowledgement or a smile. So let's all forgive ourselves for those times when we've missed golden opportunities to receive. And let's all remember that we learn often how not to be before we learn how to be. So sometimes by being too busy, we learn how to be. So I want you to imagine that you're in a beautiful garden now, surrounded by a beautiful wall of Victorian bricks. Maybe there's wisteria, passion flowers, honeysuckle, climbing roses, and various different trees and shrubs, and so many fragrances that are so beautiful to all of your senses as you enjoy this particular special garden. This garden is a sacred space, a sacred place where you can just be. There's a wishing well and a sacred fountain where you can just sit and pray and ask for divine assistance in decision making, the courage to achieve any mountains that you may feel you're climbing at the moment, and any broken relationships, allowing you to bridge the gap between you and the other person or people. Take time to be in this sacred garden with the beautiful, beautiful carved benches made of sacred wood that's been respected and grown in a sacred forest or even a jungle. Pay attention to the wildlife here, the butterflies, the dragonflies by the pool. Maybe some sacred snakes to offer protection, wisdom and transformation. And here I want you to write a letter of forgiveness to yourself for those times when you have just not appreciated what was being offered, perhaps a new challenge, a new opportunity. Because in forgiving ourselves, we create the space to move forward. Write a letter of forgiveness for all things. Broken relationships, missed opportunities, which are just part of the learning. But by writing it down in meditation at least, you will acknowledge parts of yourself that you've probably long forgotten. So I'm going to leave you for a few moments while you embrace forgiveness in every single cell of your being, of your oneness, of your soul. there is such a profound difference between the statement, I love you because I need you, and I need you because I love you. When we create space and we do things that we love doing through passion, when we trust that the universe has our back, when we listen to synchronicities, synchrodestinies, and the call of the soul, our life can change forever, and incredibly so for the better. So please stay in this garden for as long as you wish. Write letters to loved ones, even those that have passed away. Write a letter to yourself for anything that you wish to share with yourself. Write a letter. Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. Write a letter to yourself for anything you need to forgive yourself for, or something that comes to mind. Allow yourself to just be. Take your time here and know that you can come back here any given moment in time that you wish. This is your sacred garden that you've created. And if any of you are lucky enough to have visited Biddulph Grange Garden in England, in Congleton, and if you haven't, certainly look it up. I'll put a link on the Sacred Pause later. It's one of the most beautiful places, in my eyes at least, in the whole world. Namaste to all of you. May your sacred gardens be full of wonder, amazement, and incredible beauty. Namaste.